Greetings from the synagogue.
Nobody would knowingly join a cult. It will just take you, and when it's grabbed a hold of you, it infiltrates your mind.
Hi guys, this is Kianen's 2 cents. Alright, so in this video we want to look at the documentary, the expository documentary that was released by BBC Africa, focusing on the former General Overseer of Synagogue of All Nations in the person of late TB Joshua. I'm sure a lot of us have seen that news. A lot of us have been watching the documentary. A lot of us have seen the testimonies, given by people, the confessions. Will I call it confessions now? Yeah, people who had come out to tell their own sides of the stories. And the truth is, I watched this documentary over and over again, and I didn't feel well about the revelations coming out from these people. In fact, at some point, I started asking, are these revelations really true? Because indeed, these people that spoke, if you look at the video, those who spoke are real people. So is it possible that these were really happening over these years and nothing was done about it? Yeah, on a personal note, I know I do not like to judge people, yeah, especially when they are even late. But the truth is, we can't fold our arms and see things happen and not respond to them. Someone once said, yes, they say, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. But that does not stop us from speaking against any ill done by any man of God, so to speak. I am not in any way saying, or I'm not in any way trying to indict the late Temitope Joshua, all right? But I am saying that those who should investigate, the government, I'm calling on the government officials, I'm calling on the church as well, because this is an indictment on their integrity. Even though the church had come out to say that those who spoke, those characters in the documentary, are not known by the church. But these have to be proven to us, okay? I do not want us to just rely on what the church had come out to say, all right? So I want to call on the relevant agencies and authorities to not sweep this under the carpet. This should really be investigated. And if it is true that these crimes, sexual abuse, molestations, if these things were really carried out on these persons, then some persons should be brought to book. Some persons should be made to pay for their crimes, regardless of who they are, regardless of their religious or political inclinations. So, so that is what I feel about this TB Joshua's whole story. Okay, I can go on and on. I know back in the 90s when Synagogue of All Nations started and TB Joshua was rising, there were stories, okay, even though some of these stories could not really be validated, all right? But I want us to also know that there is something about religion. People hardly want to speak out, especially when it has to do with religion. And I don't also want to believe that what is happening with Synagogue of All Nations now, what's happening with TB Joshua's church, is new. It's not entirely new. We've seen across various, religious organizations where the pastors or the heads of the church molest, sexually abuse their members, and nothing is really done about it. Okay, so I think this should really be investigated. A lot of people have been reacting. A lot of people have condemned BBC for doing what they did. All right, and I feel it's not the time to condemn BBC. They are journalists, and they just simply did their job. So if anybody is saying that what BBC has put out there is wrong, the person has to come out and tell us what is then the truth. All right. So if you're going to be telling anyone that what the person is saying is a lie, then you should provide what is the truth. Okay, so that's what I feel about this. My brother K, I'm sure you've come across the news. What do you have to say before we open up the channel for our viewers to make their comment?
And to be honest, I have not watched the documentary, so I do not necessarily want to make, I don't want to. I think I would go with your 2 cents. All I would add to it is, the reason I really want to watch it before I even speak on it is because, you never know what, regardless of if it's BBC. I don't buy it. I've seen even all these strong platforms post not necessarily fake news, because I don't want to fall in that category, but the facts are usually not completely correct, or if there's some type of witch hunt. I like to want to know how to read between the lines. Like, even though I've not watched the documentary, I see some slight articles from smaller platforms popping up that one of the ladies, the cross-eyed lady who's claiming that she was molested, there's proof that she's been doing this to other people, and she's a con artist. So I want to watch it first, and then I want to investigate those claims, and then maybe we'll revisit it. But now I agree with you. We should not just say because he was. We know that a lot of people disguise. Not talking about TB Joshua, but just in general, we have a lot of quack pastors out there who are just doing it for whatever reasons. So, or good ones that start and then get bad along the way. So, I agree with you. People need to not necessarily shut it down. They should also watch it and pay attention. Let's not condemn the people that claim they were molested, and all that, just because he was a beloved pastor. It's not the first time we hear pastors, wrong their congregation and stuff. So I would go with what you've said so far, and then maybe we'll revisit it when I've eventually watched the documentary. But those of you who have watched it, our listeners, please feel free to engage. We know that it's connected to religion and politics. So, like I always advise, listen to understand and respond with respect. You don't have to take it personal. You just remember that we are all human beings, and every living human is capable of great good and great evil. The same human who is capable of great good can be capable of great evil. Always remember that.